Round 4 of the Blancpain GT Series Endurance Cup brings us to Spa-Francorchamps for the annual Total 24 Hours of Spa, and a quite outstanding 72-car entry set to do battle for this 24-hour sprint. The weekend starts with the parade into town and then the driver's briefing, and all the cars make the run on the public roads from the circuit down to the town, and the roads are always lined with fans. The town itself is always packed. There are autograph sessions, there are posters being given away, and it's the first time that everyone can soak up the atmosphere of what is a truly great race. The Spa lap is one all the drivers love. From the start, you plunge downhill and go towards Eau Rouge. It's flat if you're really brave, and then there's that really steep climb up the hill, and the road keeps on climbing as the speed builds all the way through Radion, up the Kemmel Straight and heading up towards Les Combes. This is a good overtaking opportunity. You can dive up the inside, but you've got to get your braking right, otherwise you're off up the Escape Road. Turn right, turn left, turn right again, out of Les Combes, over the brow, down through Bruxelles, and then you plunge down the hill towards Rouen. This long, fast, sweeping left-hander. There's a load of runoff on the right-hand side if you need it. Then there's the piff-paff, keep dropping down the hill through Campus and then on towards the Cours Paul Frère. Speed building again at this point. You're on the run back towards the timing line, up towards the dauntingly fast left-hander of Blanchiment. Again, there's loads of runoff on the outside line should you need it, but you've then got to get back onto the racing line and set the car up for the bus stop. Hard on the brakes, down through the gears. It's also pit in if you need that. Onto the start and finish straight, past the F1 pits, over the line, and then down towards the hairpin at La Source. Another overtaking opportunity, but it's tight, and oft, if you're in the middle of a pack, there could be some contact before you plunge downhill again onto another lap of Spa-Francorchamps. It's wet, it's the Total 24 Hours of Spa. Welcome along, everybody, to the greatest GT3 race in the world. 72 cars about to do battle, not only against one another, but against the elements as well. David Addison and Bob Varsha trackside, looking down onto a grid full of cars, full of people, Bob, but now full of umbrellas.
And so, unlike Spa, we expect rain on any racing weekend here at Spa. We have it in abundance now. After several days of blistering heat and bright sunshine, the rain will only add to the challenge those 72 cars you mentioned are about to face.
And well, let's hear what the drivers think about it, because Mauro Engel from pole position is with John Watson.
Mauro, first of all, what a sweet lap in qualifying last night.
Yeah, thank you, John. It really was, I think, as good as I can do around here. I was really happy with the lap, and great to reward the confidence and put it on pole. So it's a great feeling starting this legendary race from pole. But obviously, as we can see, it's quite different today. Getting the tires up to temperature will be key. No one's turned any lap in the wet, I believe, since last year here. So it would definitely be good to get a bit of a feel for everyone in the grid, I think. And I'm pretty sure race control will take that into account.
Not surprising, given the weather conditions. It will be a safety car start, 3 laps at least. Part of that is to let the drivers find out where the puddles are, but it's also to get the warmth into the tyres. We're in business. The Total 24 Hours of Spa is underway. It's Mauro Engel leading for Mercedes-AMG Team Black Falcon. El Bamba runs second for the Cus Team 75 Bernhardt Porsche squad. Third for SMP Racing, Miguel Molina's Ferrari. Fourth for Rover Racing is Fred Makovici in the Porsche. Fifth for Hub Auto Corsa is Nick Foster's Ferrari. Sixth for WRT is Frank Stippler. Seventh for WRT, these are the 2 Audis, René Rast. Eighth, the Attempto Racing Audi, Stein Schrotthorst. Ninth for Gruppe M Mercedes, 999, Maxi Goertz, and the top 10 currently rounded out because it's grid order by Romain Dumas.
Safety car in at the end of this lap, David.
Absolutely right. We are good to go, everybody. Mauro Engel leads them into the bus stop. He has got right on his tail El Bamba. The green flags are ready. The cars are going to be released. We're in business. We're racing. Down towards La Source, Mauro Engel it is, who thunders away in the Black Falcon Mercedes and in the spray, in the wheel tracks. El Bamba gets down towards La Source, ahead of Miguel Molina. There, fourth, turning through is Makovici. Foster comes next, and then the Audis are at war already. Stippler versus Rast. There, 98 is Dumas, and he's all crossed up, and that's going to give Kevin Estre a chance to go through on the inside line. Up into the top 10 goes Kevin Estre as they drop downhill for the first time under proper green flag conditions.
And keep an eye on El Bamba. He's going to try and use this opening flying lap of the race to try and get a move on Mauro Engel all the way down the Kemmel Straight and think about making a move up the inside or maybe around the outside going into Les Combes.
You're right about those at the back playing catch-up. The fastest lap has been traded between just about every driver from 30th place and back. Here they come, side by side for the race lead. Almost Bamber gets alongside, not quite. And so it is Engel that hangs on to the advantage. Change for third place. Makovic ahead of Molina and the Audi there running wide. That was Stippler. Stippler going off the road at Lecombe. Has he got back on? Has he gone up the escape road? Frank, where have you got to? Where have you got to? There he is going through just ahead of René Rast, and Stippler comes through ahead of Nick Foster.
Yeah, that was all a bit untidy, a bit unnecessary also up into Lecombe on this second flag lap. Getting under brakes, overruns the corner. The Ferrari also get caught sliding out to the outside of the corner. There is a lot of grip off the racing line, and many of the drivers will be looking to use that extra grip off the racing line.
Wide goes Rast, and there, look, downhill, Stein Scott-Horst in the Attempto. Audi comes up to have a go at Nick Foster now. Where's the grip? Where's the bravery? Foster gives way, and look at the Mercedes on the inside of Maxi Götz. He's got one, he's got two, has he? Yes! Fantastic. Maxi Götz, what a brave move.
Well, he was watching those two cars have their own little battle. He saw the opportunity up the inside into Buol, put the nose of the Mercedes, and it's a substantial nose to boot, and got track position. Clever move by Max Götz.
The climb uphill. Maro Engel is leading by 1 second. Engel has done the fastest lap of the race as well, a 2:38.6. And now, look, Maxi Götz is under attack once more because Stein Scott-Horst comes up to have a go at him. 4th is Molina, 5th is Stippler, 6th there is René Rast, Estra is 7th, and this is for 8th. Side by side, Scott-Horst is off the road. He's back on again. Now, did he gain an advantage?
I think he might have done, but certainly what was clear is Kevin Estres got ahead of Maxi Götz, because that pass must have come up either into the chicane or certainly into the source.
Now there, Rast attacks Stippler, their teammates, remember, at WRT. Estra is behind them, looking for a way by, so Götz dropping back ever so slightly. The Audis go toe-to-toe down the hill, and round the outside goes Rast. But is he going to get it back on again, because he's way up the curb? That nets 5th place for him now. That's down the inside. Here comes the move. He's going to do it. The gap is there. Up the curve, Frank Stippler tries to defend and actually does defend. Comes out ahead. That was great stuff on the outside line.
That proves that the outside line has got plenty of grip. Frank Stippler was able to use that, but look, Kevin Estra, look at the speed he's got in the Porsche up the hill, and that's a little bit to do with the rear traction that the Porsche's got. Again, going to go the long way around the outside. He's going to get it done before they get into the second part, or is he? Wow. Whoa. Wow. Is he on a mission? On board with the two Audi, Frank Stippler.
Up through the gears, 5th.
No, there's
speed building.
The visibility. It's not bad. There's good peripheral. He knows where he is on the racetrack. The level of water on this part of the racetrack, not as bad as I thought it could have been.
René Rast ahead of Miguel Molina, so we've had a change for 4th place. Look, René Rast is in a hurry, and he's worked his way now up past the SMP Racing Ferrari. Rast, double winner of this event, and now, look, Kevin Estra is on his toes as well. And off the road, number 80 Audi, that's the Audi Cup car, and Andrew Harrianto, it is at Raidillon, and he's done the rear wing, and that's going to be a lengthy delay. Andrew Harrianto, who's a Audi racer, Lamborghini racer in Asian events, and you can see he's got it wrong coming out of Eau Rouge. He's gone across it, he's a pit out, in fact, heading up the hill through Raidillon, so car 80 off the road. This might tell us how it got there, because look in the background, it snaps away and boom.
Yeah, that's in the train known as a tank slapper. He lost the back of the car, an overcorrection. Of course, on wet track conditions, the level of cohesion is nothing.
And that's so early in the race, looks like it's going to be a retirement. That's doomed, that car. As you look back from the Ferrari Miguel Molina's car now, and he's coming under pressure from Stein Scott-Horst in the Attempto Audi. Ever-improving team, ever-improving driver is Stein Scott-Horst as he goes off the road at Raidillon, back on again. They're going to be absolutely toe-to-toe here. Speed building all the time. Look at this, Ferrari versus Audi. Yeah. Molina on the inside, Scott-Horst on the outside.
Yeah, they only had the advantage coming over Eau Rouge. Wave yellow flag still, so are you going to give it back up again? Well, he may well have to give it back up very quickly. Otherwise, that'll be a penalty.
And there is the very sorry sight at Garage 59 of an Aston Martin with a big problem, and all the work being done on the front right corner.
Yeah, whether that's caused by damage or whether that's caused just by another. Oh, Kevin Estra side by side with René Rast as they come out of the pole Frere curve, and it looks like Kevin Estra's got it done. He's finding a way to get ahead. René Rast, no walk in the park when it comes to being overtaken. So maybe all the work that Kevin Estra was doing by going offline onto the wetter bit of the racetrack has allowed him that extra little bit of life in those wet weather Pirelli tires.
He's done it. Now the next target, of course, is going to be Fred Makovic, another Porsche driver, rival Porsche team. There's the replay of Kevin Estre getting up the inside, coming out of the Cours Paul Frère, named after the great Belgian journalist and racer, a prime mover in the history of the Spa 24 Hours.
So out of campus, Kevin Estre thinking about where can I find a way past the ever-smiling Fred Makovic, who had closed up to the rear of El Bamber. Now, Kevin Estre forces the issue, runs 2 wheels on the grass as they come through the right-hander before you get in, and he's going to wind up. He's made it. Has he got around the outside? Can he do it yet again? Yes, he has.
Tell you what, he's a brave boy, isn't he, Kevin Estre? Up into 3rd place he goes. Talk us through this again.
Right, so he gets good drive out of Paul Frère. He goes the long way around. In fairness, Makovic gave him working room. Now, has he done it again? He has. He's got ahead of El Bamber. Oh, Kevin Estre, you are a star on a very, very wet Spa-Francorchamps circuit.
Okay, so he's up to 2nd then from the 6th row. Can he get Maro Engel? Can he get the 5-second cushion pullback before the first round of stops? In the space of a lap, Kevin Estre is on for the race lead before the first round of pit stops. Come on, Kevin.
And the reason for his last lap was 2.5 seconds quicker than Maro Engel. 2.5 seconds.
2:35, 2:33. Estre with the fastest lap. That was the move on El Bamber. You wait for the move against Maro Engel for the race lead. The way that Kevin Estre is going, absolutely breathtaking. This is what went on a lap ago up at the Les Combes sequence. So you've got Trevalsa there in the Lamborghini going to the outside line of Giancarlo Fisichella. Bentley on the far outside. This is Martin Tomczyk thinking, go on, you lean on each other, I'll just nip up the inside. Look, there's a huge gap, that's all mine, that is, and I'm going to have it.
Yeah, and that's where the Lamborghini, look at the way it rejoins the track, takes 2 positions, and it will have to give those 2 positions back because he did it as an overtake off the racetrack, gained a big advantage.
This is for the race lead. Maro Engel, Kevin Estre, toe-to-toe. This is great to watch as Estre goes way wide at Blancpain. He's back on the road, and Maro Engel gets a bit more breathing space, but only about an inch or 2, and Estre right back with him under braking for the bus stop.
Yeah, Kevin Estre left nothing on the table there as he came through Blancpain, but it's into the pits for the race leader. Maro Engel never ever headed when this race went green. He has now been headed. He's into the pit lane. Kevin Estre takes over control of this race. Still the fastest car on the racetrack. His last lap of 2:35.5. But that was because he was ducking and diving as he came up to this final chicane, and of course then the entry of the number 4 Mercedes into the pit lane again, a fraction of time lost.
Now let's have a look in replay what gives here up at Les Combes. Oh dear, a big lock-up. That's the Team Parker Bentley going straight on, and it was 51st, and it was Andy Merrick at the wheel. Andy, remember, had a huge accident here last year. It's great that he's been glued back together and is racing once more, but that was a bit of a scare for him. As there, in 61st place, back into the race is the Jean-Paul Buffin BMW that has a big off, and he's in the wall. Bang! That's a huge off. Jean-Paul Buffin, suddenly the car broke away under braking for Les Combes. Bang, off he has gone. It didn't look to be going that quickly, but it certainly has made an enormous impact into the wall.
You can almost see that coming. He looked up in his mirrors as he hit the braking zone for Les Combes. He saw that the race leaders were coming up behind him, and he looked just that instant too long before he locked up, lost control, and you're right, he pounded the tire wall.
Now let's look at the 3Y BMW again. Let's see if we can work out if something did break. The rubber being flicked up is rubber that's already there, but Bob, your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm watching. I believe he turns in, and I think the right front suspension breaks. Suddenly there's tremendous camber at that right front corner.
Okay, yes, you might be right.
And there's the bonnet popping up, but I think that's just the air being forced through the intakes. But I think the right front suspension broke on that car, or the wheel perhaps.
Might be right, because when we first saw it on the shot, I thought it was going slowly, as though there was some sort of a problem, and then clearly there was, but maybe we'd just been able to pick up the car when the driver felt he had a problem.
So back to green flag racing, Bob.
Off the corner they come, and Nick Tandy leads. Maxi Buick, Michael Christensen, whoever is in that car for Dennis Lind. And off they go down into turn 1. The starlight effect of the headlights tells you just how dark it's getting here at Spa.
So the 563 slips up the inside. Christian Schmidt running, or Clement Schmidt, I should say, running behind. But this is going to be pressure. Maximilian Buch has got the Mercedes, and the Mercedes is so sweet coming through Eau Rouge. The best balanced GT3 car probably and marginally quicker through Eau Rouge in the radio than Nick Tandy. You can see the Mercedes getting up to the rear. Tandy having to go defensive, Book goes to the left, and nothing very much he was able to do, but it's the intent from Max Book is going to give Nick Tandy what we call on the trade a really good workover.
Whoa, using all of the track and then some.
Wow,
whoa,
what's
what have we
that?
got here?
Big incident. So again, just, well, that is coming out of Paul Frere, Kurt Paul Frere. We are hearing, we think it might be the Team Parker Bentley, but that's gone off track on the exit of Paul Frere curb and backed it in big time. The right rear of the car heavily embedded into the tire wall. Comes out, runs wide, back end starts to drift. Oh, a tank snapper. And then it goes, wow. Wow, look at the amount of energy that was involved in that impact.
And out of the bus stop we go racing again. Nick Tandy leads the way, comes over the timing line. It's one of the quirks of this race, given the way that we've had the full course yellows and when people have pitted, but at every hour mark, 998 has been the leading car across the first 3 hours of the race. A drive-through penalty for the leading car. Best sector time under a double yellow flag. A drive-through penalty for the race leading car. Now, whether it was Nick Tandy, whether it was one of his co-drivers, doesn't matter. The car cops the penalty.
Hold on. Oh, David, that was bad luck.
So there you've got the car, and it is going to be a drive-through penalty for going too quickly in that double-waved yellow situation. Right, 998, the leader, gets a drive-through. That puts 563 Lambo in the lead. A drive-through penalty for 563 Lamborghini for overtaking in the pit exit. He said that's going to put Robin Frinn's Audi into the race lead. Philippe Descamps here in the Modena Motorsports Porsche, being roughed up.
Ugly, unnecessary.
Headlights now starting to pierce through the descending darkness, up through the Cours Paul Frere. A run now up towards Blanchimont. Is this where Lucas Stoltz is able to go for third place? Let's see.
He's closer this time than he's been previously, and he gets almost under the rear wing of Lucas Auer coming into the first part of Blanchimont, and this is his best chance, whether he can translate it into a clean overtake on the run up the chicane. Auer goes defensive. Watch Alex Riberas, he's the one that thinks he can do something a bit special. He's got Richard Leach directly behind him. Kekhofer in the Aston Martin, Bortolotti. There we go, side by side on the exit, but the number 4's on the wrong part of the racetrack, rubbing door handles as they come down. A gentle little love tap from Lucas Stoltz.
Side by side, Lucas Auer on the inside, Stoltz on the outside, stands his ground, and Riberas is almost with them, and so too is Ricard Leeds, nose to tail. The two Mercedes dive down the hill now. Still, Pipo Derani ahead of them in the Venta that they need to lap shortly. Stoltz then, right on the tail. Through they turn, but Lucas Auer drives a wide car, and he's hanging on to position. Now, what about Riberas? Can he get up past the Black Falcon Mercedes? He's getting a toe, he's getting the run. Is he going to go to the inside? He's thinking. A flash of the lights. Is there room for an Audi? No, he's going to have to sit behind and try again.
Lucas Stoltz made it abundantly clear, you're not coming past me, I'm going to block you. And that's why you saw Riberas on the headlight flasher, flashing the back of the Mercedes, saying, I didn't think that was fair. I had a run on you as a clean overtake attempt, and you blocked me.
A leap onto the front of the number 20 Porsche, not using the rip-off screen here, but the cleaning fluid and substance, and down it drops.
He'll not be doing that in my GT3 RS Gen 2 when it comes, David. I can tell you that now.
Never knew one of these cars was a fairground ride. That was quite a drop.
It certainly came off the old air jacks rather rapidly, and there we go. She's rolling down the pit lane.
And here you've got Marco Mappelli rubbing up alongside Kim Louis Schramm and being attacked also by the Darren Burton Mercedes.
And that's not damage to the left rear and the Lamborghini. Yeah. That's bodywork rubbing against the tyre. That'll probably cut the tyre down before he gets back to the pits. There you can see smoke pouring off that left rear.
Great sight, isn't it, now that the light's going, the lights are on, the sparks come from underneath the car, especially when it's heavy on fuel.
Great time of day.
Yeah. There's the Aston Martin in the pit lane, and Marvin Kirchhofer will give way. New tyres, tank of fuel, and there's the sister car that's off the road, 62 with rear damage. That's coming out of the Cours Paul Frere. Matt Parry behind the wheel of it. Oh no, Matt. And does this tell us what happened to Matt Parry? It's going to be Ratcliffe-esque, isn't it? Bob, he's up the curb and it just snaps away.
Mirror image, practically.
Yeah. The drive-through penalty for number 2, third place car, Dries Van Voort, drive-through, speeding in the pit lane.
Boy, talk about a race plan coming apart.
And that's going to help Davide Rigon even more.
Whoops, we've got a Ferrari in the tire wall.
Treble 4 it is, the HB racing car. Thomas Neubauer at the wheel of it. That, I think, is coming up Radion, but I might be wrong about that. I am wrong, not for the first time. It's coming into the Piff Paff, isn't it? And out of Pouhon. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Big lose at Pouhon. In comes 998 then. This is Nick Tandy to give way. And we'll cycle through another driver change as Le Mans winner Nick Tandy gives way. Leader in, Bob. Davide Rigon down the pit lane now. So driver change, I think, going on, as well as fuel, tyres. It's like the full service, that, isn't it? We've had another change for 14th place. Dirk Werner up ahead of Milan Donja in the Porsche, Rovers 99 Porsche. And is Stephen Kane going to be able to have a go here? He's closing right up onto the back of the 911. Stephen, that was close. Blimey, that was touch and go. Thankfully more going than touching, but that was a close run thing. There's the ACA Mercedes 88 into the pit lane. Fabian Schiller will take over from Vincent Abril. Stoltz is going to go back into the lead, isn't he?
I believe he is. Abril, Haas has got about 8 more minutes on the stint.
Yeah, Haas will take over the lead, and then when he pits, Stoltz will get the lead back off the Santa-Lock Audi. So what this is proving is that the order will shuffle each time one of the leading car pits. Now, as you go through the race, obviously that long, long list of shufflers, you'll lose the odd one because they'll have problems. And then come early tomorrow morning, we need to start working out who's stopping when relative to 4:30 p.m. and who's going to be the best place after that last round of pit stops. Right, 88 is dropped down. That's a car as you see in the old pits.
Almost an unsafe relief there. You saw the lollipop man whack the windshield with the sign.
Fireworks now not only add to the atmosphere, but of course the smoke they generate adds to the fog of the spray up there. Lacking further visibility, these drivers.
There's a great shot.
Absolutely.
Fireworks in the fog and rain and headlights at Spa. Starting to see raindrops again in the grandstand floodlights across the way.
Right, yeah.
Light but building.
Okay. So on lap 136, it is now Gertz hanging on a third, then Engelhardt, then Stoltz. Where does the change come? There is the Lamborghini down through Pouhon, and the change has come. Engelhardt goes ahead now of Gertz, he's done it, and Stoltz is the next man to try to come up and make that move for 4th place. So Engelhardt, rather than lose a place, has actually gained one. And not only that, he's getting away, and there, look, round the outside goes Stoltz against Gertz. He's off the road and back on again. Doesn't gain the place, but thankfully doesn't go off. He was up the escape road onto that run-off tarmac, but here you go. You're in the rain, you're trying to find position, you're trying to find where the racetrack is. Through the bus stop. It's all concertinaed, hasn't it now?
Yeah, first gear here.
Yeah. You would think that would put a real strain on the car, wouldn't you?
I would think so.
Still only 17 hours to go. What could go wrong? Over the line, and Scott-Horst to Vantor, 3:10. There he goes, round the outside for 9th place. There's traffic ahead going wide is the Ram Racing Mercedes. Scott-Horst back up on the inside. So still the Attempto car hangs on to 9th place. Absolutely nose to tail. Down the hill now. Goes one side, goes the other. Takes to the curb.
Just to find that apex. And Rojanov off the track they go again.
It's dark, it's wet, headlights are on, and there's an awful lot that can still happen. And who better than to guide you through the night than the professor of spotting headlights. Good evening, Martin Haven.
Now, as we head into prime time, good afternoon, West Coast. Good evening, East Coast. Good morning, Australia. After absolutely scorching conditions in the build-up, the race is exactly as you would expect. Here we go. You've got a battle on board.
The 72 car.
Yeah, this is the SMP car. I think this is Michael Aleshin.
And then we've got one of the
the Rover Racing Porsche has come from behind, gone by the Ferrari. The Ferrari now goes back by him.
There was a bit of flashing going on there, yeah.
Well, that's the Ferrari trying to flash the Rover racing car, go and get out of the way. The problem is all 3 Rover racing cars are potential race winners. There's not one that's got anything other than a stellar lineup on board, so all of those cars have the potential to win the race.
You can see there we're going up into La Source now. The move's been done. But remember, the grippier line, so we're going to do the cutback on the Ferrari on the inside, which is exactly what we've done. We've done the cutback because the Porsche has had to go in on the tighter line, go wider, and it's still, I can sense that Porsche still beside, there it is. Yeah. It's beside us and it's gone past.
And you can tell from the line that Molinar's not taking that the Porsche is still there, and he knows it is because he can see it in his mirrors.
And they're allowed to use that bit of runoff now on the top of, on the second part of the Eau Rouge complex, as it were.
So Maro Engel is the race leader in the pit lane, a Black Falcon Mercedes.
Brakes are being done.
So this will be their 5-minute mandatory stop. Every car before the end of the 22nd hour of the race must do 1 pit stop. That is a 5-minute technical stop. And that allows everybody to have normal brakes, get them changed, and continue the race at their own speed. So that helps keep the competitors' costs down and helps sort of make sure that nobody can gain an advantage just by having a fatter wallet. 4th place battle here. There is the number 76 car of Alex Lynn. Right behind is 99, in fact, right behind now is 999. So Alex Lynn has moved up into 3rd position. And here now is Frank Stippler in the number 2 Audi. So this is 4th in front of us. 5th we ride on board.
Very close, that was close.
And there's Alex Lynn, who overshot the corner a little.
Well,
Alex Lynn.
I'm sure there was contact there. We tapped the Merc in front of us just ever so slightly.
Okay,
There's definitely a bit of contact.
This is 3rd, 4th and 5th, and they are 1 second behind Mirko Bortolotti in 2nd.
This is
Well, they were at the beginning of the lap, so Bortolotti is the set of lights just ahead or just behind.
This Merc isn't quick through the middle part of the corner. We're going to do it on the inside. Are we going to get past? Yes, we are. And the Marshal's doing a great job with the flashing lights.
Yeah.
Blue flashing lights on the side of the track means a faster car is coming past you. You're being overtaken.
You know, there's the Lamborghini. Oh, so that was to change the Lamborghini. So Alex Lynn is now ahead of Mirko Bortolotti and up into 2nd place in the Aston. So that is Mirko Bortolotti in front of us. We're on board now with Frank Stippler. So Bortolotti was 2nd 2 laps ago, and Stippler was 6th, and he is now up to 3rd place behind Mirko Bortolotti. There's Alex Lynn. No, you see, Bortolotti still had 002 in the windscreen, but that's wrong because it doesn't update itself until it gets to the end of the lap.
And we've got Winkelhock up there as well. Yeah. This is a really close battle.
So Maro Engel does still lead. Oh no, hang a minute.
Winkelhock's gone up to 4th.
Yeah, so they've all gone by Alex Lynn. So where did Lynn make the mistake? Where's the Aston? There's the Aston, 76. So he did make a mistake, so he's now been shuffled down by the Audis. Bortolotti is still 2nd. But again, you know, you make one mistake, run out wide, as he did down towards Piff-Paff, and suddenly they're all going buying up the hill. Ooh, and a big run off wide by 999.
Wipers are now on.
Was that a change for position? Yeah, there's the Rover racing car. Goes by the number 2. No, that can't be. That's Winkelhock going by. Look on the outside. Oh, Alex Lynn.
That was close.
Alex Lynn dive bombs them both. Fantastic opportunistic driving by the Aston. Now, so he got a good run out of Eau Rouge, and he's in the slipstream of both cars. And luckily for him, they both went outside in their battle, left the inside line at Les Combes. He shot straight up the inside. So suddenly, he's not a fool who can't remember how to drive. He's a hero by passing 2 cars in one corner. Yeah,
he'll say it was all calculated, but those 2 did make a mistake, and that was very close.
Down in the bottom, that's 488. So that's a spin for our Rinaldi Racing Ferrari. That's Pierre Arret, Martin Berry, Jose Manuel Balbiani, and Rory Pentinen's car. Well, there you go. Look, that's in Campos, isn't it? And he just slithers it around.
Lucky to be avoided.
72 is the car that misses him. That was right in front of Davide Rigon on his outlap. Here we are. We're on board. This is down into Campos. There's the Ferrari. It's going away. It's going away. No. Whoa!
That was very lucky. Very lucky indeed.
First lap out of the pits was almost his last lap of the stint, wasn't it? It's a 2-car spin from 74, and that's Darren Burke.
And
that is at starting the climb up at Radion, isn't it?
That was another car as well. Hopefully there's no full course yellow.
So
replay.
there's Darren Burke.
So look on our right.
Oh, was there contact with the two?
It looks like the Ferrari.
It's a Lamborghini.
So it looks like the Lamborghini tagged Darren. That was a great bit of replay, that.
555 is off, and that is the Orange Racing Team Lamborghini Huracan. That's their Silver Crew car. That's a few
this
issues.
is after Pouon. This is heading into
Yeah,
Piff
this is down. Is this Piff Puff or Campus?
It's the corner after Pouon, I think.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, no. Oh.
Goes out of shot and comes back in. That's never a good sign, is it? So safety car remains out.
We have a red light.
All right, so they've given away track position and we've gone to a red flag. And those are the chilling key words, red flag for weather. So there is clearly more wet weather on the way and not much prospect of it drying out for a while. So the race director has taken the decision to red flag everything.
Welcome back to Spa-Francorchamps. Welcome back to the Total 24 hours of Spa. The clock has carried on ticking. There has been no running, really, since 5:45 this morning when the red flag came out. You can see the clock ticking on down still, so 5 hours plus still to go. This is the order they're going to start in. Christian Engelhardt will lead the way from Christian Cronjes in the BMW, last year's winning car, in second place, and then third, Zaid Ashkanani. Now, those three have all yet to serve their 5-minute technical pit stop, so you can anticipate that they will drop down. 72 is fourth. That is Mikhail Alyoshin at the wheel, and that Ferrari was leading at 6 hours, leading at 12, and could, at this rate, take the Endurance Championship here at the end of the race, depending on where, in fairness, the next car finishes, the number 4 Mercedes. Safety car is in at the end of this lap then, so we are about to go racing. The safety car powers away. Those that are in the pit lane have got to hope they get out quick and don't go a lap down then. So Christian Engelhardt will lead them away. How much longer will he stay out? Christian Cronjes is 3.5 seconds back. Last year's winning driver, of course, for Valkenhorst. Could another surprise be on the cards here then, as the field now comes through the Paul Frere. Now Engelhardt sprints away, tries to get the drop, not on Cronjes because he's in traffic, but on the back markers. But Cronjes will have to find a way through. You can't overtake till you get to the timing line anyway. And Engelhardt has gone, and now Cronjes, who is fourth in the queue, look, has to sit and wait until he gets to the timing line, and then he can start thinking about getting through. Mirko Bortolotti is in the pit lane, waiting to get in the car, which is in now. So Engelhardt comes into the pit lane.
And anybody else being, yes, there are two of the two. Well, one of the Porsches thought about it, both of them thought about it, they stay on track.
Mistake from Grasser, surely. Pit at green, no. Pit under yellow, yes, they're going to lose more time here. Bad call.
Whatever.
So Cronjes now leads the way. The BMW down to La Source through the traffic. So BMW number 34 picks up the race lead there, going through the shot with green Porsche up in the second place. Zaid Ashkanani. Looking back from number 72. Ferrari here into the bus stop. Oh, helping hand there.
Certainly was. Bit unnecessary altogether. That was at the chicane just before we come on to start finish straight.
And there, look, the Audi going to the inside. That's the car threatening the Ferrari now for the real race lead.
And now René Rast goes up the outside of Oliver Jarvis. Again, round the outside in the chicane. Gets it done this time. But watch the Nissan has got good, as I say, straight down performance, but he's trying to come back, but he's on the tail of the Ferrari. So you might try and make it a double pass in 2 corners.
Here they come, down towards La Source, so Rast through the back markers, and now he tries to prise open the door against Alyoshin, yes, to the inside line. Ferrari goes out wide, and there's contact there. That was Alyoshin getting into the Aston Martin ahead. Rast's got the run down past the pits. Here they come, side by side in contact. Rast gets into the Aston Martin, which clatters off the wall. Alyoshin goes back ahead. Rast survives, but the Aston Martin's got damage.
Yes, and that could be a penalty for Rast, because that was not a professional car that he tagged. And that will be considered by the stewards. 8, wasn't it? The Am Cup car of Garage 59. So number 188, Chris Goodwin at the wheel of it. Getting collected, getting tagged, however you want to read it. But René Rast went for the move, went for the gap. There is the Aston Martin. Is that the right rear? Broken,
yeah,
it is.
It is. And that is Alyoshin getting sideways and clattering into Ollie Jarvis. And how much damage has that done to the Ferrari?
It's a lot of bodywork to the, particularly around the front spoiler. So that happened down in the exit of Fagna coming down into Campos. So the car is bent through the pit lane. So bodywork damage. There we are. Is it damaged suspension as well, or is it just simply? It might be. Yeah, this is a car that won the lead in the 6 hours and the 12 hours, and if they'd That is a big, big problem.
It's another car then that effectively shoots itself in the foot.
Christensen's caught back up to the tail of Berman and tries to move up the inside through the first part of Blancpain. Thinks the wiser of it, backs off it, but could think about maybe making a move as Berman goes wide again.
As does Christensen.
Yeah, but Christensen had it slightly more in control, looks up the inside, but it's been covered by Jelmer Berman. So Christensen has got to go wide and try and get the better cut here. Now, that's a better exit that Christensen potentially has got with the rear engine over the back axle. Traction for the Porsche is paying a dividend. That's what a driver's got to do. He's got to think it through, and he's got to now squeeze Berman coming up into the braking zone into La Source, gets the job done. Now, easy peasy when you think about it. There was a racing driver using what he's got between, well, he's got brain. He used his brain, he worked it out, and that's how you pass people. Christensen and Berman both into the pits at the same time, and the 4 is rolling, so that's the hard work to get past again.
Now it's battle on here between Engel in the Mercedes, Est in the Porsche, and has the Porsche gone by? He's on the outside line, is Kevin Est, he's got his nose in front, he brakes as late as he dares, and yes, Kevin Est goes round the outside. Great move, that gives him position. The Porsche goes ahead of the Mercedes. On the limit is a sideways Maro Engel, but that was brave by Kevin Est round the outside line on a greasy road.
Well, after the demonstration he put on at the beginning of this race on a wet racetrack, going from 12th to 1st, what else did we expect?
Nico Muller under attack. Here comes Kevin Est. The gap's coming down. The gap's coming down. This is for second place on the road. Is Estra going to make a dive? He thinks about it one way, thinks about it the other. Each way he goes, he gets a face full of the Audi of Nico Muller. Then sideways, off he goes into the tyres. Nico Muller bounces off the tyres. He's back in the race, but suddenly the whole complexion of activity at WRT has changed. And how much damage will that have done? He may have just got out of jail free there, John Watson, because that has not picked up that much damage, but that could have been a huge, huge problem.
It's the damage that you see as opposed to the damage you don't see. And look, coming into Lecum, Nico Muller, the back end just starts to go into that pendulum, then back the other way. Kevin Estra's wondering which way can I go. He's got the number 2 Audi on his left-hand side, so that was shutting down that option. Bodywork damage, whether the rear wing got in contact with the tyre wall, I do not know. Wow,
certainly done damage.
What a change, what a change. What's happened here? Look, is that a little bit of shuffling? Clever manoeuvring by Nick Tandy using the Aston Martin to get track position. Nick Tandy did an excellent job in working it all out and has finally found a way past up into 3rd position.
Mercedes. Whoops.
Number 4 gets it wrong on a new set of rubber.
Oh.
Maro Engel. That's not on the script. The 998 has got ahead.
Yep.
Well, this is a little bit of an interesting stage. The second place the Mercedes was controlling has now been lost, and now it's a real Nick Tandy.
Oh.
And there we go. Their boys are they're turning into racing drivers. They've been cab drivers all the 23 hours and a bit.
Oh, no, Engel goes wide again.
Exactly.
Oh, man. The gloves are off, and now positions being made up.
The number 1 has slipped through as well.
Rene Rast is now in that car, in the Audi.
Look, Jelmer Berman's going, what has gone on with my reliable Maro Engel? Never puts a wheel wrong. 2 errors in the space of 2 laps. So let's just see how Kevin Estra threads his Porsche up alongside the Audi. The Audi doesn't even know he's there.
Oh.
What is that all about? Well, excuse me, Vicar.
It's a Gulf Porsche leading the pack here.
Oh, Porter's bang, and that's going to be a safety car, at least a full course yellow. Look at the front of the Porsche. It is virtually all the carbon fiber has disintegrated, and that is going to bring the number 998 Porsche ultimately, in my opinion, to the rear of the 20 Porsche once all this has been cleared away. And it's a Porsche that's going to cause this full course yellow.
But look at the damage. It's going to be barrier damage. It's car damage. Here he is, look, wide over the curb, loses traction now. And that's what Nick Foster did early on in the race. Benny Simonson absolutely wrecks the car. Over the timing line, race back underway. Kevin Estra leads at Spa. Nick Tandy is doing the chasing. The rain is starting to fall as well. Here is Tandy alongside the Beetle Tribute Porsche. He's gone through on the outside line. He's also got fewer cars to overtake because they've gone to the pit lane. The gap is 9.2 seconds, 14 minutes to go. And here is a replay of more drama involving the dynamic Porsche 54, and boom, you've got number 1 Audi off the road. That was Rast in 4th place. 54 Klaus Bachler collides with the treble 4 Ferrari. There it is from another angle. So that has just eliminated the car that was in 4th place. Look, Rast spinning out of the shot on the right-hand side. Last lap of the Spa 24 Hours, and look at this. Jaminet alongside Van der Zande. They touch, starting the last lap up to La Source. They lean on each other again. Renger Van der Zande will go wide out of La Source, but can the Porsche get the drive? Yes, it can. Jaminet is through. That's the change on the last lap for 5th place. Porsche will win the 71st running of the Total 24 Hours of Spa. For GPX Racing, it is going to be Richard Lietz, Michael Christensen and Kevin Estre to win here at Spa-Francorchamps. And a delighted team burst into celebration. Nick Tandy comes across the line 3.3 seconds back at the end of a 24-hour motor race.
Absolutely stunning. I mean, a race that was punctuated by a long red flag situation has come alive in the last couple of hours, and it's been 2 Porsche drivers who've dominated the final lap of the race. Kevin Estre, stunning drive in the 20 Porsche, and really all you can say, Michael Christensen, Richard Lietz, the delight in the team. And I mean, bearing in mind the history with the sponsor of the car, well, it'll be a celebration tonight.
There's the winning Porsche, and Kevin Estre goes through the process of unplugging everything, steering wheel off, out he gets. We'll plug that back in, put the steering wheel back in, but he's absolutely overjoyed with that. His first outright 24-hour race victory for all his success. Bravo, Kevin Estre.
Outstanding effort by the entire team. Well done, Kevin Estre.
Let's look at the results then as they came across the line at the end of the Total 24 Hours of Spa. Richard Lietz, the Austrian, Michael Christensen, the Dane, Kevin Estre, the French driver, win ahead of Fred Makovici, Patrick Pilet and Nick Tandy. Mario Engel, Jelmer Böhmer and Lukas Stolz good for the podium ahead of Marcus Winkelhock, Fred Vervisch and Christopher Hauser in 4th. More Porsche 5th, Sven Müller, Romain Dumas and Mathieu Jaminet with 6 to the Honda. Really good effort that. Mario Farmacher, Renger Van der Zande, Bertrand Baguette. I know they lost out towards the end, but a top 6 finish for the Honda in that opposition I think is really credible.
Kevin Estre, congratulations here at Spa 24 Hours, and you've won it. What does it feel like driving the car over in P1?
It's crazy. It was a crazy race, really tough one. We've been through all the conditions. Last stint, 2 full Cosiello, 2 safety car, raining the whole time in slicks. In the night, mega aquaplaning. I mean, we survived this one. We had a few scratches, but everything good. The car was mega. Thanks again to GPX and to Porsche, which gave us a mega car in all conditions, and we won it on pace, and that feels good.
We now await the winning drivers' trophies. In the 71st Total 24 Hours of Spa, the winners for the GPX Racing team, Kevin Estre, Richard Lietz and Michael Christensen. And how about that for a trophy? All the Spa 24-hour winners are engraved upon it, and that is something special, hey? Miguel Molina, Davide Rigon and Mikhail Alyoshin leave Spa, clearing the lead in the Endurance Cup from Mario Engel, Jelmer Böhmer and Lukas Stolz. And then third, only 2 points back, Dennis Lind, Marco Mappelli and Andrea Caldarelli. And of course, the Ferrari drivers' score boosted by the bonus points in this race for where you are at 6 hours. They led, 12 hours they led, and at 24 hours they'd retired. So they had a good haul, couldn't quite get the full set. The champagne is there, and Patrick Pilet has a go at everybody. Nick Tandy left thinking what might have been, but second place for him. But when it mattered, it was Porsche that came through as the overall winning brand. The first time Porsche has won since 2010. From all of us, from Ron Marine, Charlie Butler Henderson, Dakota Jane, Martin Haven, John Watson, Bob Varsha and me, David Addison, thanks for your company. It's been another fabulous race here at the Spa 24 Hours. There'll be more of the same in 12 months' time. Bye-bye.